Good afternoon everybody, I'm Ex-Human Race, welcome back to the garage. It's a wonderfully warm, about 105 degrees, 104 degrees in here this afternoon. It's not quite as warm outside, it's about 98. So welcome back to the garage. Today I would like to talk about the Wenning belt squat machine. If you've heard of Matt Wenning, he's like a 6-time or a 15-time world powerlifting champion, weighs about 400 pounds, squats about 1300 and bench presses about 800, and a hugely strong guy. I've spoken to him on the phone a couple of times. Very, very nice man. Very, very helpful, very friendly, very knowledgeable. I enjoy talking to him. Now, I have at the moment a torn right meniscus and I have a torn right shoulder. It's caused by a fall. But today I want to talk about this. What it is, it's a belt squat machine, and the thing I like about it is it doesn't have any pulleys, it doesn't have any cables, it doesn't have any winches. You simply take one of the two belts. There's a yellow belt. This is for people that are, well, in my case I'm 6 foot tall and at the moment probably 250 pounds thereabouts, maybe a little bit less. And then there's this one. This is for like massive people who are like 6 foot plenty and 300 plus pounds, and these are made by Spudding. They are incredibly strong, beautifully made, and very, very comfortable. They're absolutely incredible. Anyway, but we're not here to talk about the belts, because the belts are fantastic, they come with it. What we're here to talk about is this. Now what it is, what can you do with it? Well, you can do squats with it. This is probably the safest way to squat, because if you get stuck, you simply unclip and crawl out, and there's no weight across your shoulders or across your chest. So it's an incredibly safe way to squat. So you can do squats with it, you can do variations of the squat with it, and you can do calf raises. You can do standing up calf raises, or you can do donkey calf raises and use the edge here to get a greater stretch. So you can do calf raises, you do squats, and you do variations of the squat. So who's this machine for? It's for those who, like me, train alone, want to be completely safe, want to be stable, and basically those possibly just starting out, because you could get your form and your technique absolutely perfect with this machine. So you're perfect at squatting, and then you could transfer to a normal regular bar, or better yet, a buffalo bar, which is a cambered squat bar. It's the best thing to squat with. Who else could use this? Well, I've got a knee injury at the moment, and I must admit it's more comfortable to squat with this at the moment while I've got this torn right meniscus than it is to squat with a conventional bar. So it's more comfortable. People with lower back injuries, if you've got a lower back injury, if you've got a history of lower back injuries, this is a really good way to go. Is it as good as conventional squats? No. Conventional squats is the king of all exercises. It just is. There is no better exercise than squat. I am the biggest fan of squatting. But it's still very good. It's still a good way to build your thighs. Now let me talk a bit more about the machine. They're approximately $2,900, so $2,900 worth of anybody's money. And then you're looking at, I had this shipped out west, so it was about $600 to have it shipped. It weighs about 540 pounds, somewhere in that vicinity, so it's quite heavy. It's incredibly strong. And price-wise, like I said, you're looking at about $2,900, and it's worth every dollar. Now, what makes it so great? Well, the materials. Let's start with the materials. The materials are incredibly strong. This is all 7-gauge steel, so even I can't break it. And I have some guys that come here, they're younger guys, they're LDS missionaries, they're Mormon missionaries, the kind of guys in suits that knock on your door. They come here at 9 o'clock at night, they come here at 7 o'clock in the morning. Even they can't break it. And they could break an anvil with a rubber mallet. So it is incredibly strong, very well made, great materials. It's beautifully designed. If you can lift about 300 pounds on the squat, on a bar, and you do 300 pounds on it, it's going to feel almost the same. Now, if you're incredibly strong in the legs, it's going to feel a little bit lighter. If you're incredibly strong in the back, it's going to feel a bit heavier. But it's approximately very close to a pound on a squat bar is like a pound on here, or a kilo on a squat bar is like a kilo on here. It's incredibly simple. Very, very similar, very, very similar. And if you like, from England, where they measure everything in stones, you know, so many stones on here is going to be the same as so many stones on your squat bar. Confusing things. So, beautifully made, incredibly strong, got plenty of width, plenty of depth, and you can vary your leg placement. You can go wide if you want to hit your adductors, and you can go narrow if you want to hit the quadriceps. Now, I've been using this now since January. I got it at the end of December. Been using it since January. I use it about once a week, sometimes twice a week, but usually once a week. What have I learned from using it? Well, personally, I've found the lower you go, the better, which is the same for all squats. I'm not into these parallel squats. I like to go right the way down. What I have found, now I think Matt would probably disagree on this one, but that's okay, I'm right. It works better on higher repetitions. If you're going to use this, go at least 20 repetitions. It really seems to kick in once you hit 20 and above. I don't find it quite so effective if I'm doing, say, 10s or 12s or 15s. I've found, for me, and for people that have used it, it really starts to come into its own once you get to 20 or more reps. And then it starts to tail off. After about 30 reps, once you get to about 32, 33 reps, you start to get diminishing returns. So there seems to be a sweet spot between about 20 reps, 21 reps, and about 30 to 32 reps. It seems to be a real sweet spot. Almost indestructible. I tripped on it one day and I was carrying a 106-pound kettlebell, and I dropped the kettlebell on the diamond plate. It didn't even scuff it, didn't leave a dent, didn't leave a mark, so it's really well made. My favourite thing about it though is how smooth it is. It's really smooth. It's almost fluid. There's no jerks, there's no clunks, there's no creaks, there's no friction. It's not where it's stiffer in one point and less stiff in another, and you get a very even pattern of resistance. Obviously more resistance at the very bottom because that's where your muscles are at the weakest, that's where you're the lowest point. Overall, it's absolutely excellent. Would I recommend this for a garage gym? Yes, absolutely. Don't waste your time, buy one. Definitely have one of these. Home gym, you might struggle. You would need a very, very wide door. You need a very deep door to get it into a home gym. In a garage, it works fine. Would I recommend this for a commercial gym? Absolutely. But in my experience, the equipment in commercial gyms is absolute crap. So probably not really for commercial gym because often their stuff is garbage. But I really like it, really enjoy using it. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a quick break. You won't notice it, it'll go straight back to the video. And what I'm going to do is I can normally squat this weight. It's 335 pounds. It's about 152 kilos, 152 and a half kilos, 335 pounds. I'm going to squat it today because I've had the world's biggest lunch. I'm going to squat it about 20 times. Sometimes I can usually get about, well not sometimes, usually I can get about 30 repetitions with it. But today I'm going to squat it at least 20 times. It'll take me a few minutes because I take my time. I'm injured at the moment and you'll see me using it. So it actually looks like I do occasionally work out, not like my friend Coop. So there you go, absolutely excellent. A quick word on the weights. These are Rogue deep dish plates. And I've loaded it up with 4 35-pound weights on each side. So we've basically got, 140 pounds on each side, 280 pounds. Now the carriage, the metal frame weighs 25 kilos, 55 pounds. So right now on here we've got 235 pounds, 335 pounds plus my body weight going up and down. Thank you. And Carson, world's strongest man for his pound for his weight, is going to stop the video right now. Go ahead and stop the video right now, Carson. Okay, that was 22, and what I've learnt from that: do not, seriously do not demolish an all-you-can-eat Indian buffet about an hour before you work out, because you can't breathe and your stomach ends up looking like it's got a soccer ball in it. So thank you everyone. That was 22 repetitions. To give you an idea on height, how far I was going up and down, dimensions of the machine, I'm approximately 6 foot tall in a thick pair of socks. So my running shoes, probably 1/4 of an inch higher. So thank you everyone. It's Ex-Human Race here. Thank you for coming back to the garage. Would I recommend you buy this one? Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a very safe, very well built piece of training equipment. Most of all, I like it. One other final point, I actually look forward to using this. Thank you. And you can stop the video there.